Can Northern Highlands be beaten in this spot? Does anybody have a chance to beat them, Greg?
Yes, Real Madrid, if they come over to this side of the pond, would have a chance to beat Northern Highlands. So right now, Northern Highlands is a juggernaut, which is going to be very tough to take down. Anybody that does do it is going to have a huge trophy on the mantle, because it's probably going to be for a championship.
Give me fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions, take the field now. You define us, make us feel proud. In the streets are exit lifting, every loser. Innovation, celebration, it's around us. Every nation, all around us.
With Wayne Hills at Northern Highlands. Nicolette Drace looking for a big game. First half, though, Northern Highlands coming up big. Emma Sullivan to Maddy Heeney, gets above the keeper and heads it off the post and in. Northern Highlands, another tremendous effort. They win it 8-1 to stay undefeated. You talk to any girls soccer team in Bergen County this year, and they would all say the team to beat hails from Northern Highlands. And who we'd argue, the team from Allendale, 14-0, ranked #1 in the latest MSG Varsity Top 15. The Highlanders home to Demarest in quarterfinal action. Nice pass to Maddy Heeney in front. And she goes high. It's 2-0. The Highlanders still unbeaten, 4-0 the final over Denver.
I've had Maddie on varsity for the last 2 seasons, so she's been with me for 2011 and 2012.
Give you reason, take you higher. See the champions, take the field now. You define us, make us feel proud. In the streets are...
I think one of Maddie's positives is that she's very athletic and she's very coachable. So if you have an athletic player, sometimes you look at things like, how hard do they work? Are they willing to get better? Are they coachable? What's their attitude like? And, Maddie has outstanding characteristics in each of those areas. I mean, she is a workhorse. She's probably one of the, if not one of the most, hardest working players on my team. When you play for a high school team for 4 years and you have 3 state titles, obviously you're playing for a quality high school program, but the experiences that you're having as a player are going to carry over into college. And Maddie's been in the program and she's experienced part of that. And I think some of the life lessons that she has experienced and learned through playing with us will also carry over as well.
Say when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. When I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, 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 and then it goes back. And then it goes back, and then it goes back. Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions, take the field now. You define us, make us feel proud. In the streets are exit lifting, every loser. Innovation, celebration, it's around us.
Maddie's quickness and her speed and ability to keep the ball at her feet are definitely a strength of hers. And you can look at numbers, but her stats aren't even that important, because a lot of what she does for us you're not going to see on paper. And the way that we play is we use players that have exceptional speed in our outside mid positions, and Maddie's one of those players, and she gets the assist before the assist. And unfortunately that doesn't go in the record books all the time, but she's a player that does her job. And in our program, that is to make an end line run and get us a corner, or make an end line run and get a ball across. Make an end line run and get a throw in. For our program recently, that's been one of our strengths. And if Maddie didn't do her job, we wouldn't score 120 goals in a year. and that's an impressive record in itself, and Maddie has a lot to do with it, with her style of play and what she brings to us. I think one of Maddie's best games of the season this year was at the state final. We went into the game concerned about the player that was on Maddie's side because of her speed, and what ended up happening was that player was playing defense on Maddie for most of the game. So we were at an advantage, and here we were thinking that we were going in and it might have been a slight disadvantage for us, and Maddie totally turned that around 180 degrees, and I thought she played phenomenal that game. I mean, she was beating that player over and over and over again. You know, the player put her arm up and asked for a sub in the second half, and for Maddie to work that hard to get that assist for us, you know, could have been a totally different result if she doesn't do that for us. So I would agree that her game that day was probably one of her best of her career so far.
They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. Now wave your flag, now wave your flag, now wave your flag, now wave your flag. We all say when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back. When I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back.
We have a player on our team that can throw in a ball 40, 50 yards. It's few and far between. I don't know if there's a player in the state in the last 20 years that has been able to do that. And, you know, the players around her, that particular player, needed to understand what their jobs were. And part of that was Maddie. And, you know, her job may have been to just get us throw-ins for an entire game, but she does it. She's a player that's going to do everything and anything that you ask of her. She's not going to ask questions. She just goes out and does it. You know, I think Maddie's been fortunate with playing with some of those players, and you know, we have quite a few players that have been playing around her that are some of the most highly recruited Division I players in this area and in New Jersey, and I think that Maddie has benefited from that. And her expectations for herself have increased because of that, and I think that along with those expectations have come, you know, more of a work ethic, and she works hard. I mean, this is a player that has done things on her own and has spent a lot of hours getting individual instruction and getting extra touches on the ball, and I think all of that has carried over. And to see the player that Maddie is right now as a junior is a totally different player than what she was like as a freshman. You know, I think Maddie has a lot to offer at college. You know, it's just which college is going to be fit for her academically and athletically, but this is a player that could play at the next level. Like I said, she's already a talented soccer player when it comes to technical ability and tactical ability and her knowledge, but what separates her from the rest are things like her work ethic and her attitude and her desire to get better. You know, and as I said already, she's a leader on and off the field, and you know, I think that she's definitely a player that is in the forefront of us naming a captain for next year's 2013 team. Maddie's a lot of fun. I enjoy Maddie a lot. I just was talking about her at our banquet and our awards night, and she's very entertaining. She has a very dry sense of humor, but you know, her ability to get along with other people says a lot about who she is as an individual, and she makes others feel comfortable around her. She's not intimidating, she's welcoming. She was a large part of some of our freshmen feeling comfortable this year. Since we had so many of them, I think Maddie played a role in our success just in making those players feel comfortable around some of the upperclassmen.
It's around us, every nation, all around us, singing forever young, singing songs underneath that sun. Let's rejoice in the beautiful game, and together at the end of the day, we all sing, when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes, when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. Now wave your flag, now wave your flag, now wave your flag, now wave say when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes. When I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, 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 and then it goes back. Around us, singing forever young, singing songs underneath that sun. Let's rejoice in the beautiful game, and together at the end of the day, we all say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes when
Maddy Heeney is athletic, coachable, and an absolute workhorse. I think she's a great player on the field with a lot to bring to any program that she chooses to go to, but in addition to that, she's a great person. It's sometimes not just the player that you're talking about, it's also the person, and she's got a lot to offer in both areas.
We all say when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes. When I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back.
To Maddy Heeney, gets above the keeper and heads it off the post and in. 1-0 Highlands in front.